Ah,
Dijo una.
nombres.
Carlos Armando Rangel Carlos.
Diego Alfaro Villagón.
Ok. Bueno, para ustedes, ¿qué significa ser un buen ciudadano? Primero tú, Carlos.
Pues para mí ser un buen ciudadano significa que cumplas con las normas que te inflige la sociedad y saber respetar a los demás.
Pues en parte a mí también es eso, y el hecho de intentar respetar a los demás, siempre andar en una armonía en comunidad.
¿Cambiarías tu nacionalidad si pudieras?
No creo, después de vivir aquí 16 años uno se acostumbra a lo que tiene.
No he vivido en otro lugar, así que no. ¿Para qué? O sea, México es lo único que conozco y ¿para qué lo cambiaría?
¿Sabes cuáles son tus obligaciones como ciudadano?
Ah,
Ya algunas, no te puedo decir todas, pero pues las más importantes, ¿no?
pues sería igualmente las básicas, o sea, no robar, no matarse en la respetar las leyes de tránsito, las básicas que todo uno conoce.
¿Saben cuáles son los requisitos para convertirte en un ciudadano mexicano?
Pues más que nada conocer de tu historia, ¿no? Y cumplir el examen que te implica la ley, básicamente.
Pues ya lo dije.
¿Hasta qué nivel es obligatorio mandar a los niños a la escuela?
Hasta la preparatoria.
Sí, hasta la verdad.
¿Crees que hay más obligaciones en las que las que están escritas en la Constitución?
Sí, hay muchas más, pero pues no se escriben porque no son necesarias.
El hecho de tener, como dije, una convivencia en armonía con los demás, sin ejemplo.
¿Qué acciones realizas diariamente que te hacen un buen ciudadano?
El ayudar a la gente en la calle.
Pues creo que también.
¿Cómo crearías conciencia de la importancia de ser un buen ciudadano?
Intentando dar a entender a los demás por qué es importante que todos sigamos las normas y intentemos convivir adecuadamente.
Pues más que nada hacer conciencia con los demás para que entiendan que todos hacemos México y que todos tenemos que cumplir con lo que se debe.
¿Crees que la participación ciudadana tenga un impacto en el gobierno?
Se supone que debería tener, pues el pueblo hace algo.
What does it mean to be a citizen for you?
To me, being a citizen means you have to respect your city, your country, and all the people who live in there, and you have to respect the laws also. That means to be a citizen.
Would you change your nationality if you could?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I would like to live in another country, like as experience, where I will always like to say that I am Mexican.
Do you know what are the obligations of a citizen?
I think they have to follow the law and be respectful with other persons or the environment that surrounds them.
How can you become a Mexican?
You have to live in the country and pass an exam about Mexican culture. Also, you can marry a Mexican, stuff like that.
Up to what level is it mandatory to send children to school?
Up to high school.
Do you think there are more obligations than what is written in the Constitution?
Well, yes. I mean, like moral things that you learn with your family or with your friends, with people you spend time with. I mean, like respecting your father, respecting your mother, be careful with your pets and stuff like that you learn, and that are not written in the Constitution as well.
What actions do you do daily that make you a good citizen?
I don't know, pick up garbage, be respectful with the other cars, stuff like that. Like being respectful is very important to be a good citizen.
How would you create awareness of the importance of being a good citizen?
I don't know. I think education is the key. to what being a good citizen means, because if you educate children to be respectful, to have responsibilities, to be a good citizen, with the education they got since they were little until they are bigger, it will be easier to be a good citizen.
Do you think citizen participation has an impact on the government?
Yes, I think so, because we saw that in the United States election that people who didn't vote were the people who would have made a difference with Hillary and Trump. So I think that if people involved in the government, in the decisions, and are good citizens with what that means, they could have made a change in the politics.
Do you consider yourself a good citizen?
I will say yes. I think I have a lot to improve in myself, but I think I am a good citizen.
Thank you. What does it mean to be a citizen for you?
For me, being a citizen is being part of a society and not to forget that every one of us is a very important part of the main. We all have to consider that. We cannot forget that we have obligations, and if we all do what we have to do, we will get to be a better country.
Would you change your nationality if you could?
Maybe. Sadly, it's very known that we as Mexicans might not be the best country. Sometimes we have problems with the government, but we do the same thing individually.
Do you know what are the obligations of a citizen?
Mainly with the government, we have to pay our taxes, we have to follow the Constitution, but I think that we have to go beyond that. We have to consider that we have obligations not only with the country, but with every human being. Try to be a good person, try to help each other.
How can you become a Mexican?
To become a Mexican, I think that the most important part is to be someone like with strong values, strong principles, and always try to follow the rules. Sometimes some people say that rules are made to be broken. I'm not too sure about that.
Up to what level is it mandatory to send children to school?
I think it's very important. Yes, I think it's 100% important. Education is the key to succeed in the country and individually.
Do you think there are more obligations than what is written in the Constitution?
Of course, I think we have more obligations, especially moral obligations with the others. We have to try to help each other. I think that solidarity is very important.
What actions do you do daily that make you a good citizen?
I'm responsible. I try to be on time always. I try to fight the stereotypes that we have for being Mexican. I try to work hard every day to prepare my classes, to grade my notes. I try to be a good citizen by helping also.
How would you create awareness of the importance of being a good citizen?
I think the example is the most important thing that I have to do. But not only my example, I would try to create a campaign where we can show the example of other countries. For example, what happens in France, what happens in Switzerland, and other countries maybe, where they have good citizenship. It's hard because, after the Brexit and everything, but I think we can look for another examples.
Do you think citizen participation has an impact on the government?
Yes, I think in fact the government is there because of the citizens. We have some examples here in Morelia with the mayor that is from independent party, in Guadalajara with Pedro Kumamoto, and Leon with El Bronco. And these people are there because the citizens agreed to change, to create a change.
Do you consider yourself a good citizen?
Yes, I consider myself a good citizen. I always try to follow the rules and not to break any law.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias, Benjamin.
What does it mean to be a citizen for you?
Being a citizen it's not just like a legal paper. It's not that just because you live somewhere you are a citizen. You have to be part of the community, be part of the country. Being a citizen is being part of the whole country.
Okay. Would you change your nationality if you could?
No.
Do you know what are the obligations of a citizen?
Actually, no, but one of the things is you need to follow the law, follow the constitution, and just behave correctly according to the law or to ethics.
Do you know how can you become a Mexican?
Yes, you need to be living, I think, for 4 or 5 years of current residency in Mexico. Then you need to apply to Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores, and then they make you an appointment and you have an exam. It's a lot of questions, like 150. They choose 6 randomly, and then they make you the exam.
Okay. Up to what level it is mandatory to send children to school?
They have to go to school, I think, from primaria, from 6 years, something like that. Kinder and pre-kinder and all those things are something like more optional. But they have to go from 5, 6 years old, primaria, all the way up to college, I think.
Okay. Do you think there are more obligations than what is written in the Constitution?
Yes, because maybe the Constitution is law. So the Constitution is thinking about how to make everybody work with the country and everything work okay. But there's a lot of things, those are social rules. So social rules are part of the citizenship. If you are a citizen and you are part of one specific circle of socials, you need to behave according to that specific circle.
Okay. What actions do you do daily that make you a good citizen?
Not sure. Well, following the rules at work, that's one of the things. I try to drive carefully, but I obey the law while driving. So I actually use the roundabouts like they have to be used. I try not to speed, even though I like to speed driving around. But since I live really close to school, my life is home, school, school, home. So it's really weird for me to go outside. So I'm not sure.
Would you create awareness of the impactance of being a good citizen?
That would be something good. Creating impact about the awareness of being a citizen, it's something that a lot of people need. A lot of people think they are entitled because they have a lot of money or they have a lot of power that they need, or they have to be treated differently, or like they are royalty and something like that, and they shouldn't. And a lot of people also tend to treat the lower income people like garbage, and that's also not correct.
Do you think citizen participation is an impact on the government?
No. Even though you make a lot of things and maybe you make a junta and you get a lot of people to decide something on your country or something like that, at the end it's going to be stopped at the Senate or the other thing, I don't remember the name, the Congress, because congressional people, politicians, they only want what it's advantage to themselves. So a lot of things just get stopped because they don't like it.
Okay. Thank you.